Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to this glorious homestead. Today we're going to be preparing for bees. I should have already bought a couple of beehives. I'm probably late in the season a little bit. I've got a couple of contacts that they've got bees. They said they ordered 100, I think they call them nukes, 100 nukes. They had 90 sold and they ordered some extras. And they're picking them up today. I don't know, I probably won't get down there today, but over the next week, I plan on getting 2 nukes of bees. And I'm planning on putting my bee boxes right over there to the left of the tractor. Because I want my bee boxes where I can drive up to them. Because I know people work their bees a lot, and I just want my bee boxes easily accessible from a truck. Because when I start getting honey, which will probably be next year, I don't want to have to lift and carry 100 pounds of honey very far. I want it to be able to lift it into my truck or four-wheeler, take it to the house and collect it. So that's my thought behind it. And right here is a good location because I got plenty of poplar trees and dogwood trees and flowering things up in the woods. I've got a creek right down there at the bottom of the hill. Plenty of water. I think it's just a good location. It's a south facing location. I know a lot of people say, well, you should put them facing east. Well, east is that way. West is behind me. I think right here will be fine. I've heard south, I've heard east. And it gets good sunlight right here. So, but we got to clean it up. I've cleaned up all that building material. And now I've got to clean up that mess there. Those washer and dryers and that grill. Take all that scrap metal to the sale. Y'all stick with me. That's a good kennel right there. I think we'll keep that. We'll need that for transporting chickens and goats and stuff like that. So I don't know why that was over there, but it was. Okay, I don't waste your trip. Put it down there. Well, I mean, okay. I'm gonna get 2 more. Set them on 4x4 posts. Like this.
Oh, yeah.
All like that. Just set up on top of there. It said the bees gotta be level. Because they'll build their tone, level, and plumb. If the bee's nest is not level, they'll build it like this. And it'll mess it all up. So it's good to have the hive level.
What about wind? Will it knock the hive over?
No, the hive, when it's full of honey, they're way over 100 pounds. That's why I wanted it close to the driveway, where I could drive a truck up. Because if you're picking up 100 pounds of honey and have to carry it a long way, I wanted it close. That's why I thought this part would be best. I'll dump this dirt and I'll go down and get the nose block.
Where you gonna dump it?
Right there. I'm trying to fix that grade on that hill so I can mow it. They've been sitting on the ground. Pretty level.
That side needs to go down just a bit.
What about the front one?
That side needs to go down just a tad.
All right, fix it. Pretty close. One more.
Something wrong with that bubble.
One more.
Something right with it. It's not. Look. It's not that unlevel.
Might be. Might have dropped too much. You gotta trust your equipment. Alright, that's level. Level. put one right here, one right here with space in the middle. That way when you're inspecting your hive or doing whatever, you can take the sections in it and set it right here between them while you're working.
There you go, bee farmer.
Ain't a bee farmer yet. You gotta get them.
One step closer.
One step closer. I know what some of you are going to say. Some of you are going to say, why don't you keep that washer and dryer and fix it? Well, that washer and dryer is about 10 years old, and we have had nothing but problems with that. The dryer was loud and had a knocking, and we've had them worked on. I don't know what brand they are. I'll look when I go up here, tell you what brand they are. That way you know what not to buy. But we've had nothing but problems out of those. And we bought, when we moved into this house, we bought my mother-in-law's Speed Queen. And if you don't know Speed Queen, they're about, man, I'd say probably a 50-year-old company or older. Very reliable, very good, very fast, very efficient. And we bought her Speed Queen because that's what she had when she moved. And they're great. You know the old hand washers where you had an open face tub and you dumped the soap and the clothes in the top and it washed them, and then you did a wringer and wringed it out, maybe a power wringer that it pulled it through 2 wringers and wringed out the clothes, and then you put them on a clothesline. Yeah, those are Speed Queen. That's how old they are. Very good washers. But anyway, we got that mess cleaned up, and now I'm taking the last of the equipment or housing material up here. I'm going to set it off and get me a couple more loads of dirt, and I think that'll be it for today. That washer and dryer is a Maytag. I don't know, maybe you have Maytag and they're just fine, but we've had nothing but problems out of them. Just throw away junk, really. Half the stuff you buy nowadays is just throw away junk. It's meant to last 4 or 5 years and break down and get another one. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but I'm trying to taper that bank off where I can mow it, keep it mowed. I've got some grass seed, and I'll be seeding and strawing that, and I want to take it and blend it into that hill, kind of feather it out and feather it down. That way I can mow it and keep it maintained. We're not going to have a lot of grass here, but this is one spot I want nice. I want to have my beehives up there, maybe 2, 3, probably about 4 or 5 beehives. Garden down there, and like a little drive path up through here and on around up there. But I want this area right here nice grass, and the area down there in front of the house nice grass. You know, just patches of pretty good grass, and that's some rich soil. I think I'll get that soil when we start planting a garden, building those garden boxes. That'd be good soil for that. We got this area all cleaned up. Burning a few logs that fell. That hill right there, for some reason, it's not windy right here, but the wind is blowing pretty hard today. I don't know if you can hear it. You can kind of see the treetops over there. But the wind's blowing hard, but not where we're at. But that side of the hill, it takes a lot of damage. Seems like the trees blow down on that side more than others. So me and Harley's talked about it. We're going to cut it off from the stump and drag it down and pile it up right there and burn it. So anyway, I guess that's it for today's video. If I have any beekeepers out there watching this video, y'all let me know if I'm on the right track. I've been doing some research, and I watched some bee guys on YouTube, and they say, you know, set it up like I've got it. Make sure it's level, make sure it's, you know, facing south, facing east, and let me know if I'm doing it right. I guess we'll find out in time. All right, appreciate y'all watching. Subscribe, like, and follow. We'll catch you next time.